welcome. Another big day. International break is done. Real football is back, like they say on Twitter. It's back, and it came back banging. This weekend was goals. Every big 16, apart from the choke artist meant people won, which is first. Every big team won their game pretty comfortably. We have a full panel here today to address the EPL games. We start with EPL. We talk about Champions League. It's back now. It's back in midweek. I'm excited. That's the tournament I love the most, personally. That comes back midweek. Then we'll do our weekly awards. So let me introduce the panel. Starting from my right, the man all of you love to hate, the ranter, the man who likes attacking managers. He has never managed anything in his life. Not once. He has never managed football manager before. But he attacks managers for a living. Okay, Kwame, thanks for joining us.
The only thing I've ever managed in my life is myself.
We know that. Also, United fans, almost like a United takeover. We have like 4 United fans on here. Well, it's good. Right? We're buzzing. Josh, who's buzzing from CR7's home, he buzzed so much that he went to take a nap, according to him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be back on the show. And yeah, I'm excited to break down this weekend of games for sure.
Next on the panel is the man who finally has done a 180 on his opinion about Jorginho. You know, we told him it took 2 years. It took 2 years, but he finally admitted in our private WhatsApp group. I will not expose the WhatsApp group, but he finally admitted that he was wrong about Jorginho. Jorginho is a project manager.
I think it was being sarcastic in that chat, though.
I actually have 45 minutes was all I needed.
Exactly.
Imagine. After you have played over 10,000 minutes, only 45 minutes is what you needed.
There are some years. Bro, there are some things in life. There are some things in life, you know, when you go on a date and you break up from probably a long-term relationship and you think you're for the streets and the streets show you what the street is. Maybe I had a good one. Maybe I had a good one. So that was my 5 minutes of redemption. Thank you.
Happy. Idris, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Bucci, part of the FootieFantasy, is here. Zaza. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Please excuse my bushy look. I'm kind of experimenting. I might go back to the bearded look again or go back.
Don't worry, don't see my face. I just mistakenly shaved everything yesterday. I give up. I was trying. I just like screw this, man.
It's hard work, man. It's hard work.
It is. Mm-hmm. I recognize. I had to comb mine before I came on camera. I was like, man, this has to go very soon, man. I'm just tired of combing this thing, man.
Fresh boys united. Sometimes you gotta be a Malian, man.
Or be afraid that doesn't comb anything.
You have to be a pastor first.
Okay. Ola, last on the panel, last but not the least, Liverpool diehard. Ola, part of the team also, the fantasy team. Thanks for coming on again.
Thank you. I'm not intimidated at all by this, like former United fans. I can handle you all, so don't worry.
Ola, thanks for joining me. When I first logged in, I was like, what is this?
I'm part of our veteran team. Let me introduce her. Part of our veteran team, always supporting the comments. Mrs. Amara, the United Red Devil, the She Devil, like she calls herself.
Yes,
in the comment section, they are dominating it again.
Yeah, exactly. I tell y'all. We have
Thanos now. You guys gotta get used to this. We got Thanos.
You know, see how Bucci just they talk with confidence. One game,
exactly.
It's just like this Bucci is different from 2 years ago. Bucci.
We got Thanos.
Inevitable.
It's inevitable. There's only one way it ends.
So she says yours still look good. So you guys don't worry about the beard. The beard guys, the guys with the shave. It's still fine. I'm keeping mine. The scruffy look we're bringing the scruffy look back.
Yes, so
So let's dive into it. CR7 homecoming. I'll go to Josh because Josh was the one that put it. It seemed like he was most excited about this. So what are your thoughts about the homecoming of CR7, his performance, everything? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Obviously, like I said, the night before, it felt like Christmas Eve. The last sleep before, Santa Claus Ronaldo showed up at Old Trafford, and just tuning on. I wasn't at the stadium, obviously, but I could only imagine, the atmosphere there. Like it was just electric, and it's crazy to think that one person can create that much, demand and that much attention. Overall, obviously, we can't expect the old Ronaldo that left back in 05, 06. We can't expect that. But sorry, not 05, 06, 2010. Yeah, we can't expect that. But at the end of the day, what we expected was goals. I had a feeling that he was going to score in this game just because obviously the firepower that we do have. But yeah, I got to say, like, the first goal I was really happy about because we don't have a striker that does that. We have Cavani. Cavani does that sometimes. But the way, like that poacher goal that we talk about, right, whereby Mason takes the shot and then Ronaldo follows up. If that was, if Ronaldo wasn't there, that would just go for a corner. It gets cleared out. Yeah,
that was Marshall
there too. Sorry?
I said that was Marshall.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really great to see. And then the second goal, I feel like we haven't really seen that goal in a long time too. The Luke Shaw pass, the way Ronaldo like controls it, and then the finishing. That was just like a pure striker's finish, and that really kind of got me excited for what we can expect from Manchester United. But obviously, I don't know if I can talk about the performance, but like I want to say the performance was all right.
The
performance was all right, but at the end of the day, Ronaldo stole the show, and it was well deserved for sure.
Okay, I'll go to Jola. The firepower during this performance, right? What are your thoughts about the firepower? Sometimes they always say too much pieces, right? When there's too much pieces, sometimes it could be a problem long term. But of course, we know why firepower is important for depth reasons. So tell me, what were your thoughts about what you think about firepower, and what are your thoughts about the game generally?
The firepower Ronaldo brings, or the firepower in the team generally?
Oh, firepower in the team.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's no secret that, look, we have firepower in that team. I think we have the best squad, starting 11 plus bench, that we've had since 08, 09. You look everywhere, in every department, we have pretty good players. But with Ronaldo adds a different dimension, right? And I know this is not supposed to be a Ronaldo podcast, but Ronaldo is a major part of the firepower that we've added to that team this summer. And it's not only firepower on the pitch that I was looking for. Of course, we know he's not the same Ronaldo from 12 years ago, right? He's not gonna he plays on the left, he plays on the right. No, he's not doing that anymore. Right? He plays in the middle, he plays in the middle. So he will stay in the middle, rely on service, and the kinds of goals he scores as the number 9, I don't think we have other number 9s in that team that will score that kind of goal. Like I said in my match reaction yesterday, that second goal he scored, that is a true Ronaldo number 9 goal. The pass is just a little short. He takes it in his stride. He's still quick. He's still very quick off the mark. Maybe over a longer distance, he doesn't really have it like that, but off the mark, he's very quick. Takes it, finishes it with his left foot. Another player, the only other player on that team I can rely on to just produce that kind of firepower offensively, finishing, is Mason Greenwood, right? Rashford is not scoring that. Cavani is not scoring that. Tony Marshall is not scoring that. So, and another thing about the firepower, it's not only, like I said, not only the physical on the pitch firepower, it's also what I think is going on in the dressing room. He gave an interview yesterday and he said he had a pep talk with the team before that game, the night before. He new players on the team like Varane, he sang, what's his face? Sancho also sang. Ronaldo didn't sing. He gave a speech to the team.
Because he sang before. He sang in 2003.
Yeah. So he's saying he gave a speech to the team and he pretty much set their expectations on why he's there. This man is a winner. He is coming to do nothing but to win. So when you have that kind of, and it's different when you hear somebody like, was it Pepe or some useless Arsenal signing that says, "Oh, I'm here to win Champions League"? No, I'll allow that. When Ronaldo
comes, let me help you. It's William.
Oh, William. Okay. When Ronaldo shows up to the United dressing room and says, "I am here to win the Premier League. I am here to win Champions League," he means it because he has won it in huge numbers in the past. And he also gave an interview where I don't know how many people caught this. In one of the interviews he gave, he said, "I hope I can help the team achieve Premier League, Champions League titles over the next 3 to 4 years." So this man is looking at playing until 40 years old. He's not here for the 2 years that we think he is. He wants to be here for 4 years. And then he said another thing. In the interview yesterday, he said, "Look, we are here to win the Premier League." This man kept saying winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League. He kept saying that. And that is one thing that not every player on the team says. I've not heard Bruno talk about winning the Premier League as much as Ronaldo has in the last few days that he's been with us. Rashford hasn't said it. Tony Marshall hasn't said, even Pogba hasn't really said. This guy says it, and he says it with a lot of conviction. He says it emphatically. So that is what he expects. Yeah. And if there's any player on that squad who is not pulling their weight, they're going to feel the wrath of Ronaldo. If the coaching team is not up to par, they're going to feel the wrath of Ronaldo. So that's what I appreciate about the firepower on the pitch and also in the dressing room.
Okay. Mr. Zaza, you're the tactical guy here. That's why we have you on here. If you had balance, I mean, I think so. It's just my personal opinion. I might be wrong. But in my personal opinion, you're the tactical guy here because United matters. Who do you think is the best balance midfield-wise? We've talked about everything. And you can talk about Ronaldo if you want, what he brings, like mentality-wise, all of that. But who do you think will be the best balance in that midfield if you had to choose based on what we have now going forward?
Oh, if everybody's fit?
Yes, for that double pivot, like who's the best balance?
That's a very top.
I was like, who's our first best balance in that midfield? Yes. In the midfield. I know the first 11, I just don't know that midfield.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But you see, the problem you have is that you have our team is good, but our team is not balanced. It's lopsided. You have a good midfield, a good defense, a super attack. Compared to those two is average. Now the midfield is not average compared to the rest of the league, but those two is average. So if you're going to pick a team, you have to start dealing with issues that are on the team right now, and then you move to midfield. And what I'm saying is, if you ask me, I pick Power as my left winger if we're playing 4-2-3-1 every time because he plays excellent there. Yeah. But you can't play over there when there's Sancho, Greenwood, Ronaldo, Cavani, Marshall, Lingard,
Rashford.
Rashford. They're all fighting for these positions. Once Rashford is fit, Rashford is going left forward. That's where he's going. Ronaldo is already hogging that. And so you now have Cavani, Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford fighting across 3 positions. So you now have to bring Pogba back, and that creates a different issue because it's not who plays with Pogba. I was impressed with Matic and Pogba yesterday. They did well. Pogba was dropping those long passes, those short crosses. How do you call it? Those half-field crosses.
Like floaters and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Those floaters one time. And the thing that was good about that was because he had space. He was able to drop back and do that. But you can't play Matic all season, and I don't think Pogba and Fred works. So you're left with Pogba and McTominay. I'm not sure if that works either. if I have a choice, I would pick Pogba and Matic as much as possible. That would be my first choice because I know Bruno is not getting dropped. And like I said, those other three positions are taken. So it's Pogba, Matic. I still go with yesterday because there's a weird flex about Manchester United where Fred look good with each other. They don't look good with somebody else.
That's true, absolutely.
So it's either McFred or Pogba Matic. That's just it.
The two players, what they call.
They come as a package, you know. It's like salt and pepper. If you like spicy food, you can't do without salt and pepper. You can't cook with only pepper. You can't cook with only sauce. If you like spicy food.
You sure they're good together, or just used to seeing them together?
No. What I'm saying
more like it.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're good. What I'm saying is that when they're together, that's when they play their best football. Right. When you split them, oh my god, you guys want to make me cry.
I'll just supporting. I downloaded some nice sounds again, but just supporting Zaza here is just. I'll say a shitty burger is a shitty burger. Adding lettuce to it doesn't help.
Oh, and by the way, I know we're still talking. We're still talking United, but I want to throw something to my Chelsea man. You see, when United fans were crying, go get Saul. Saul yesterday proved to us that he would have not made a difference in that Manchester United midfield because he ain't no DM.
No, hold up.
He ain't no defensive midfield.
Where's that my break now?
It's too early. 45 minutes. Come on.
It's too early, guys. Too early.
Are we gonna talk about Sancho?
So yeah, I was going to talk about that to wrap that up. Wrap up United. I'll talk about Sancho. I'll take comments. Facebook user. If any of our people are chatting from Facebook, if you are not part of the group, I think there's no way I'll see your names. So please, when you give a comment, leave us a name. CR7 said, "All I do is win, no matter what." Yes, sir. He's the winner for sure.
Born winner.
My only thought is there's a lot of balance problems I see in that United team. There's a lot. Anybody that watched that game very well without the euphoria. I get the euphoria thing, you know. And for so many years, I've stopped watching United like that. Apart from some specific games, when I'm watching United, I watch with I always try to watch with the neutral point because I'm trying to see things that euphoria kind of blinds. There's a lot of balance problem in United. I said it because we are still left heavy sided. It happened again yesterday. We bought Sancho for balance on the right. I still don't understand why Sancho started from there. I know he's trying to accommodate to Greenwood shooting. Now he's playing inside forward. So everything is so congested. I'm worried about that a little. And I'm not worried now. I'm worried for later. I'm worried about that later because of Sancho. Because Sancho needs to get warm, needs to get into his groove. We need Sancho for later. Like Carl Anker from The Athletic always says, when you new signings, sometimes you buy them as a winter coat jacket. When winter comes, that's when they kick in. But you need to constantly wear them in.
You need to break it in.
Yeah, you need to break it in, exactly. And that's my fear, the slight fear I have on the attack. That we're too left heavy. You know, smarter teams that are not Newcastle. Newcastle, before that game, you know, they consider the highest XG, expected goals. Like Newcastle will always open up. Smarter teams that see that left heaviness will accommodate for that, you know, in other games. And we might not be so lucky. That's the one thing. The midfield thing. Say that again.
You know where the funny thing is? Where this Sancho thing is? Where is the guy actually is also supposed to be good on the left?
Yeah.
But he's looking lost either way.
That's what I'm saying.
So after Ayo's done, I want to sort of talk about Sancho. That's why I was I asked that question.
Okay.
So right, we're so left heavy, and I think that's affecting Sancho. And this is why we're so left heavy. Manchester United attack is unstructured. I saw this again. One on who I follow, Grace Roberts. She calls it unstructured jazz. That's how we play. It's unstructured. Everything's unstructured. The good side of that, why it's unstructured, of something being unstructured, is this: you cannot scout for it. You cannot plan for it. You cannot predict. That's good. That's the good side of it. The downside of unstructured movement is a lot of times players who have to try and figure each other out will be running in the same place. There's no positional discipline. Everybody's running in the same direction. And you saw that yesterday. Sancho, Ronaldo, Pogba, when he was driving for, all of them were running into the same cul-de-sac. It was getting so obvious. I was like, this is so obvious. Just move Sancho to the right. Move him to the right. Like Greenwood can come in 20, 30 minutes. I get the Greenwood clinical thing that he's doing, but Sancho gives us more balance. Like I was seeing it and I was screaming in my head. But I know it's Newcastle, so okay, it's fine, it's whatever. But that could be a problem down, and that's what's affecting Sancho because he's now having to like every time he cuts in, somebody's running in the same direction he is. Okay, should I set the person up? Luke Shaw wants to overlap. Pogba wants to go to the left. Ronaldo likes to drift there and start from there to make his runs. It's like everybody's running in the same direction.
You know what the thing is funny? Just to add to what you're saying quickly is, you see this Greenwood goal.
Yeah.
It was actually made by that.
Yeah.
The whole team shifted Newcastle.
Yeah.
Right? And so when Pogba switched that ball, he was all by himself, one-on-one. He isolated that guy. That was the first time he had that. I forgot the left back, but he isolated him one-on-one for the first time. Weird thing about that is, and I learned this from Pep, was if you have a situation where it's one-sided heavy, the guy on the other side should just stay there and stick there because when the ball gets over there, it releases the team. Correct. So the problem might actually be that Wan-Bissaka is not as great an attacking outlet.
Bingo.
That's the solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was like if it was a Trent on that side and the ball gets Ronaldo is getting like 50 headers yesterday.
Yeah, if he had a hat trick, if he had a hat trick yesterday.
You can see when you watch Manchester United, like some of the things at least I and some people have been pointing out is the structural attacking patterns. Like the positional discipline is not there. You can still get the talent of Greenwood deflection coming, but it's clear, just like you pointed out now, because you can use that as an advantage when you load and switch play, and so your fullback is wide, attacking fullback. But Wan-Bissaka, we know, I mean, everybody, the league scouts for him. Oh, yeah, Wan-Bissaka. Even yesterday, you saw that. Oh, it's Wan-Bissaka. Space, leave him. Follow Greenwood. Oh, it's Wan-Bissaka. Let him do what. Like, you could see it yesterday. It was Wan-Bissaka. You have the world of day. These are people that are the threat. So, yeah, that's the problem I see. Then the midfield problem, too, that we've talked about. I don't want to overflow that. Josh, what's your thoughts about
so I'll be really quick because of time, right? So Sancho yesterday, I was actually happy. Like I think he looked good yesterday. The previous games that he's played, he's looked kind of shaky, which is expected, right? Coming into a team, and I think obviously coming into Manchester United, you look at all these names. These are players that he's watched growing up, right? Or that he respects in the game. Yesterday, I think he looked really good, but I felt like a lot of the players were not on his wavelength in the sense of because he's really into the give and goes, and that's what I feel. There were so many times, and it's not an attack on this player specifically, but I think Ole needs to make the hardest decision Ole is going to make this season is with Bruno. There's got to be games that Bruno has to get dropped because there was so many times that Sancho gave it to Bruno, expecting the give and go. Bruno loses the ball for throwing or misplaces the pass. And I found like when I watched that team, it's like yesterday, Bruno scored an amazing goal, but it feels like he's that weak link now in the sense of every time he gets the ball, things just we lose possession, right? So games like Newcastle, you can overlook it because we're going to have 70% of the ball. So no matter how many times you lose the ball, we're going to win it back. Games like this, Bruno would do well. I think Ole needs to start thinking of the games whereby the teams are going to be coming at us. They're going to have more possession. These are those games where Ole has to start thinking, okay, look at what happened. Maybe Beak might have to come on to stabilize, to keep that ball alive, to keep us, I think Beak will give us better ball possession. Sancho, the link-up play that he can have with Martial. That's why when Sancho came off and Martial came on, I was kind of upset because I was like, those two will do well. Like that link-up play, that's what we're talking about. That's what Martial has been missing for a very long time. So for me, I'm happy with Sancho. I think over time, he's going to get that confidence. I feel like he's respecting the team way too much. Every time he's like, he goes past
give it to somebody else.
Yeah, he's like, okay, Pogba, just give it to you. Bruno, just give it to Bruno. He's not, I think he's just trying to make sure that he's not making mistakes. I think he's just trying to do the simple things, but I think Sancho is going to come good. I'm really excited for Sancho. But like I said, we look at the fourth goal. Like, look at that fourth goal. Like, look at the players that were involved in that fourth goal. And that's what we can do because we have the players. But always issue is going to be, how do you pick the right team? Not just picking a team because, the name or what the person has done. You know what I mean? I think now we have enough firepower that we should not rely on a player for goals. So now we now have to start thinking about the team long term. And I think that's going to be always decision because, he's going to have to, at some point, drop Greenwood, drop Bruno. Maybe Pogba might have to take a rest. You know what I mean? Ronaldo will have to take a rest at some point. So that's going to be Ole's hardest decision this season is what he's going to do with Bruno.
Quick 30 seconds.
And that's just not an attack on Bruno. I just feel like there's games for him, but not every game is for Bruno.
Quick 30 seconds. On what you're saying, a lot of it is I agree with, but there's this part I don't want us to rush. Like you're saying Sancho is still learning the team, but that's probably the same for most of them apart from maybe Varane, because Varane is walking into a stable back. He's just one person walking in there. So they already have their patterns. He's just going to have to learn their patterns. The whole of the front three or front four is different now. You have Ronaldo, new. You have, what's his name? Sancho, new. You now have Boba going forward one game, dropping the next game. You have, what's his name? Greenwood playing center forward 3 games, now shifting to the right. But what I'm saying is these things we want to see on the pitch quick take time. It takes a coach 3-4 months to work out what he wants with players sometimes. Put it in them. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody, but what I'm trying to say is if we do not see this team playing better October, November, then we start having issues. If you look at Chelsea, it's almost the same thing I noticed with Chelsea forwards, where there's sometimes, especially when teams were pressing them, when they didn't know what to do. You could see Lukaku making bad runs. And at the point, it was Havertz who was actually making the center forward runs because Lukaku was lost. He was making, he was coming for the ball when you should be going for it. You should be going for the ball over. Yeah. So these are things that will iron themselves out over time. That's just what I feel. But it's a good problem to have.
I get what you're saying about iron out so many times. So, and like I keep saying, it's not an attack on Bruno. It's not an attack on Bruno, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But last season, we had the same issue with Bruno's performances, right? But it was fine because we didn't have enough firepower. So we needed that, no matter what, we needed that goal from Bruno. Now, what I'm saying is, now that we have ballers on the team, it's now Bruno's deficiencies are now being exposed more because we don't necessarily need that one player now to do it all. Kind of like before Bruno, we needed Pogba to do it all. But now that Pogba doesn't have to do it all, we're seeing the best of Pogba, right? My thing is, I just don't want a situation whereby because of a player, the team gets sacrificed and the team gets sacrificed, and also a player like Donny van de Beek gets sacrificed because we just need that one goal from that player. And I think that's where Ole needs to start making a decision now is last season was last season. The season before that was whatever. Bruno came and saved us, and I'll always commend Bruno. But now we are now at a point where we got to start thinking out for the team. And now you could see yesterday, it was like Martial B came on, the fluidity just changed. You know what I mean? We started keeping possession. We started moving the ball around. Ronaldo was there. But it's like we're still seeing the same things from Bruno. A lot of the attack dies off. If it's not a counter-attack whereby it's him and one-on-one, it dies off because he's either like he's taking a shot from halfway line, which I'm not mad about what he did, but those little decision-makings, right? Oh, he's rushing the play too quick. That's what I'm saying. And that's why we get sloppy. And when we play teams that have possession, we're going to suffer because when we play a team that has possession, and that's when you need players that can be good on the ball. So if you keep losing the ball, it's only going to be worse for our defenders, and that's why we're going to be, our defenders are going to have a hard time against those teams because they're just going to keep coming at us. So all I'm saying is, I think Bruno, Bruno is still one of our top players, and it's not just Bruno. I think the whole squad, we have so much depth in that squad now that it needs to be utilized. It needs to be utilized.
No more excuses.
Yeah.
Before we move to Chelsea, let me just Otto, thanks for joining. I know you're driving. I mean, I will let you join in when we start the Champions League predictions for group stages. But yeah, thanks for joining.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the invite. It's always nice to hear you on your show. I like to hear the different topics, different opinions, and now that we're talking about the new, at the moment, right, the best league in the world, it's fun. It's fun, and thank you for the invite.
You're
welcome.
I really enjoy your show.
By the way, always a Madrid fan. Hala Madrid. He's a diehard Madrid fan. So yeah, well, I'll let you chime in a little bit when we do the predictions. If you still want to stay on when we talk about that.
I guess we gotta bring my brother on in the show. My brother and his friend, because they're Madrid fans. So
yeah,
that's good.
They're Arsenal fans,
great.
but
they
love Madrid better.
So that's why I'm wearing this shirt, right? At least I can be with you guys. Too much right here in this group. No, but I think in Champions League, Madrid in history has been, some people don't want to take the credit of the last at the beginning of the first cup that Real Madrid had, but in total, we have a lot, but that's the beauty of competition. I don't like every year to be always the same, like the same team winning. Don't get me wrong, I like my Madrid team to win, but imagine how boring it would be for Madrid to keep winning and winning 13, 14. I mean, they already won 13, 14, 15. Then the competition becomes kind of boring.
Is this man saying he's tired of winning? Is that what he's trying to say? Is that what he's trying to tell us?
And if you like football, you want to see different strategies. This guy,
sorry, Otto. Sorry, Otto. You're now sounding like Florentino Perez. He's got. you want to take us to Super League. You're not doing this. You're tired of winning Champions League. You want to take us to Super Cup. What is this?
Honestly, I try to be positive, but to be honest with you, we have a team that for sure, because it's Madrid, we definitely compete. Madrid, when you're in Madrid, the mentality of the team and the whole entire, from the bottom guy all the way to the top guy, when they thinking about Madrid in competition, definitely you have to definitely be able to and be engaged to compete to the high level, not just to compete. Right. So the expectation of the team, of the owners, the associate owners and also the president and the whole entire management, definitely the expectation is for them to put the team to the highest level, at least to make it to quarterfinals and semifinals, because it's also involved in the monetary part, right? The finances. If the team is not making money in this competition, so what we definitely competing. So that's the reason that's the way I see it. The way I see it, that the team is gonna compete to that level. But as of this moment, right now, Madrid don't have the capacity to win the championship right now. Okay. I mean, having only Benzema. If you have a team, Benzema is an amazing player, but if you get to go to see that you're just gonna rely on Benzema to win a competition, you're definitely in a different level of mind. I don't think Madrid have the capacity to compete with those teams in the Premier League, in the top league, with Manchester United right now. With that guy, it's just Cristiano Ronaldo. It's people talk about this guy. It's just like that guy. Wherever he goes, he's gonna change the entire mentality of a team. This guy is just unbelievable. Just to see him plugged in, the rest of the team plugged in, and look the way they performance. Transitions extremely fast, so their expectation for him to be in the front, the whole team get engaged. So that's what the outcome of the game. I mean, I haven't seen a game that good of the Manchester United like the one yesterday, the one you have yesterday. So when you have guys like this, and then you have the bench with these magnificent players, I mean, and then you start comparing Real Madrid or any Spanish team, any Spaniard competition team, including I'm just going to talk about the first three: Atletico de Madrid, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. If we compare three teams with the top three or top five of the Premier League, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really tough because it's just everything. The young people makes a football game completely different, and the young guys change the whole entire competition. Yeah. You can see it on the last game that Real Madrid have with the Chelsea. You see the way how Chelsea make Madrid look so bad because of the age difference.
Yeah.
And we don't
Chelsea
have
made Modric look like he was 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
He's almost 40.
Let me talk quickly. You just tell me.
So we don't have material for competition. We do definitely gonna compete, but material to be on a higher level on the competition, very difficult. Very difficult.
Just tell me, do you think Madrid qualifies from the group quickly? Then we can move on.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, Sheriff, seriously. Come on, man.
Yeah, Sheriff and Shakhtar.
I mean, yeah, and Shakhtar. Well, you know, if we get to see Sheriff's Real Madrid and Sheriff's win 2-0 or 1-0, dude, we definitely not. I mean, we're not Real Madrid anymore.
Okay.
Period.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Otto. Thank you for the comment. All right, let's go to Chelsea. Idris, Lukaku. What's first touch? Right, that's the title I have there. What's first touch? It looks like Lukaku silenced all his doubters. Well, he's still silencing. It's just fourth game to go. What are your thoughts about Lukaku's home? Right, this is his first home game at Stamford Bridge. Am I right? Lukaku's
this is his first in 10 years. In 10 years.
Okay. Back at Chelsea. Go talk to me.
Yeah, so I'm when you said, I just noticed you said what's first touch. I'm gonna just give you a little bad singing karaoke song for you here. Like what touch got to do?
Got to do.
Oh my
God. What touch?
If you can get the goal,
exactly right.
Exactly, man.
Let me give myself a little bit of like.
Yeah.
and they said we were bringing all the hype.
Exactly.
They said we were going to be bringing all the hype here. Can you imagine?
I got you guys. I'm in the mood. So it's like Lukaku is the missing piece that we always wanted. I know, like, we've had conversations about like the defensive midfield. We started from Sarri, Lampard. There was a whole vision of what Chelsea was supposed to look like. But there was just a few things missing. I listened to Otto talking about like levels of competition and how Chelsea played Real Madrid, and there was an age gap. I agree to a certain extent, but I also want to remind Otto that if almost a 40-year-old central defender was there in the name of Thiago Silva, there is a level of talent that I'm beginning to accept, whether some of the things are inborn or in terms of skills and like, disposition. Like, I mean, what things like what an average athlete in the NBA, NHL, or soccer does. That's a level of humanity that is just beautiful to watch. Not everybody has it.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's just the creme de la creme of that specific sect. It's just a different thing. You can't teach it. So when you see someone like Thiago Silva being able to calm the waters and make everybody play, that was something we were missing the first year of Lampard. So for Lukaku himself, there's just some things you can't teach. The things you can't teach. And there was a picture I sent to you, AY, if you can put it up, it just sums up everything we've been trying to do. So when you have some time, you can put it up, and it's interesting because last season we'll talk about Timo Werner gives you a run. This person gives you this extra stuff. That person gives you this. Then we had the debate where we were talking about we had 3 very talented kids: Tammy Abraham, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, right? And you're debating on who would you keep, who would you get rid of. I was solely on one reason to shift out Werner, not because we just bought him, and obviously it's hard when you just sign a new player. Get rid of him will not help. But it was the fact that if we got someone like Lukaku in the future, we still need a player that could build into the image of Lukaku, the Drogbas, the Diego Costas, that blue-collar, just aggressive player that Chelsea has always thrived on. Not some, running off the shoulder kind of striker. And the second goal of Lukaku just showed you there's levels to this stuff, man. No, he didn't even raise his back. Think about it. He didn't even raise his back. It was a touch shift shot. You can't teach that. And that comes with a long time of experience, loan, rejection, dejection, getting back on his game and fighting to be the end product that we are seeing right now. So, man, like first touch or no first touch, Lukaku showed a lot of what we were missing and level of talent that we just don't have in the last 4 years at Chelsea. Since Diego Costa,
I would
Chelsea
say something very unpopular, right? Lukaku is doing very well, but I don't think I said popular. Take him out, put this boy that went to Roma. Chelsea still winning those games.
Tammy, you do the same thing?
No, I'm not saying he will do the same thing. I'm saying Chelsea still wins those games. I think Lukaku walked into a team in supreme form and confidence. He came with supreme form and confidence as well. It just
I agree, Bucci, but I got to push back a little bit on this. They created the highest XG rate, potential goals in the league, opportunity to score goals in the league than any other team, a significant chunk. And we had Timo Werner, 24 clear chances. If he scores it, he's pushing for.
That's why I said Tammy. I didn't mention Timo. I didn't say Timo coming to that team. He score. See, that's a different. No, what I'm trying to say, your manager is an X factor.
Yes, but
he's an X factor.
I got to also add this for you with Tammy. Here's the problem. Tammy in the box, he's a poacher. We were talking about the goal Ronaldo scores. Tammy Abraham is the only. I haven't seen another Premier League striker. The way you take a shot to goal, he quickly runs to
it. Yeah.
There was an actual interview on. When did you know to score a couple of goals? He's just like from academy. He just noticed that when his boys take a shot, he runs and picks up the scrap. It's become instinct to him as a poacher. But here's the debate: Tammy Abraham from the 50-yard mark to the opponent's goal.
He's slow.
He's just ineffective. His build-up play, his link-up play is almost non-existent. That's why Timo Werner was preferred, because he would make the run. So everybody made it look like this guy is doing something that I could have done. If you're paying me that kind of salary, I'll just be making runs. You understand?
I getting offside every other minute. Making runs and getting offside every other minute.
and anyway, I know I'm going to try and wrap up. Sorry, but like when you actually look at the boys who go poachers, so now the debate now becomes as a coach and as a team. Would you want a Filippo Inzaghi kind of player where he's a goal poacher to score? Or do you want an Andriy Shevchenko kind of player that you build with all the way to go score? It takes a certain kind of manager to bring out the good of certain players. I bashed Jorginho for several years, but it takes a specific kind of manager to understand Jorginho to use him. You use Jorginho in a different team, you're going to hate this guy. So when we're talking about Lukaku for Chelsea, first touch and dot, what Ronaldo gives to you guys in United is leadership and a completely different winning mentality. Yes, I know me and AY went back and forth and said Cavani could have scored that goal, but I'm glad somebody else mentioned that, like the way he picks the ball that was almost shot, and with the left leg, left, right, the guy's a danger. He never ceases to stop moving in the box. So any group of defenders that hears Ronaldo is around, it's a problem. For anybody that thinks Tammy Abraham and Timo Werner is in the ball, they're not worried about this guy. In fact, they even sleep But Lukaku is a problem. He's a problem.
There's something, this Lukaku first touch thing, there's something that we have to go back and say, because I'm a man that I don't like eating my words, especially in public, but I have to swallow a lot of my words regarding Lukaku. And I'm going back to a point when we were laughing at Lukaku. There was a game Manchester United played Liverpool. And do you know how Van Dijk marked Lukaku? The ball will be coming to Lukaku. Van Dijk will just step back and let him touch the ball. Once he touches the ball, he takes it away. Boom. Because he knew he was the ball was never gonna stick to him. He touches it, it goes. But Lukaku now has become a guy. Bad first touch hasn't been taken away, but he has adapted to it. He now knows he needs extra touches. The goal you're talking about, that second goal, was a poor touch. That ball was supposed to shift out of his foot. It landed right in the middle of his foot and then bounced up. And he had hit it once. Lukaku in the past would have tried to touch it again and continue moving and fall over the ball. But once that ball bounced, he just hit it. Lukaku has adapted so much to his strengths that I have to wake up and say, I never saw him playing this well. Never.
I'm sorry, talking over. If you remember, I think was it our first game when you asked me who was the man of the match, and AY also accepted that he was the man of the match. No, was it AY or Ola? When we were talking about who were going to give Chelsea man of the match.
It was Ola. I think it was Ola that said that.
It was Ola where we said Lukaku, and it's like, but Lukaku played an average game. For God's sake, if you saw the way he was manhandling players, even if he didn't score at that moment, just manhandling to allow people run through. Do you understand?
But I have an addition to this. I have an addition to this. Lukaku's talent always been there, even when he played in Manchester.
Standard League.
Manchester United. The clique, not a lot of players have this extra push when they switch between teams. I think with Lukaku, he likes to be wanted. He likes to be cherished. Oh, we want you, and you're the star. He didn't fail in Manchester United.
That's right.
And he came back. Even the media and pushed that engagement that he had. And when he felt wanted, you can see it on the second goal. What he did, he went to the corner, and he wants to be carried over. That's what he loves.
That's
he
right.
loves that stuff. And when that guy is engaged, the same thing happened when he plays in the national team, because he keeps scoring machines. The talent is always there. He just likes to be carried out. Like, oh, I won, they know that I'm here. And that's exactly the difference that he has right now playing for Chelsea.
I also wanted to add something because I took my notes down here about the Bruno Fernandes situation. That thing was, and this was from Jay. Last year he was, and also just somehow alluded to that. He was the what's the key?
He was the star man.
Yes, everything flowed through him. It was the guy that made it.
It was the focal point of the team.
That's the key word. Thank you. The focal point of everything that was going on. So even his bad decisions, you're very right. People overlooked it. Ziyech is exactly that guy for Chelsea right now. Ziyech made a series of bad final third decisions that any striker that is not constantly focused will have turned off. Because it's like, okay, the ball isn't coming. You understand what I'm trying to say? But you guys had a Pogba that was just like, you know what? If you're not doing it, I'll quarterback from the back. Pogba just turned on. Because now he knows there's a level of talent that he can work with that will be in the right place at the right time. So he doesn't have to think too much. He goes, what you're seeing is the beauty of another player because other players are at that level. And then what you're not going to see is, I'm sorry to say, they say when you separate the wheat from the shaft. Unfortunately, that extra step, Bruno isn't there yet. There's a reason why in Portuguese national team, he sits on the bench sometimes. He's not there. And those mistakes will catch up with him. And what's going to have to happen now is the manager's going to have to make a decision. Who now is the star man? Without a doubt, it's Ronaldo.
The other thing is Ronaldo. Bruno has this thing where he occupies the space vacated by the striker.
Yes.
They go out, he goes into the box. Ronaldo goes into that space. That's where he wants to go.
And right? that thing, Bucci, is affecting a younger, inexperienced player in Sancho because he's now trying to figure out. And I get the AY analysis is the overload. But a player's characteristics still exist on how they would naturally move, especially when you're playing an orchestrated, a non-orchestrated jazz, as you mentioned. So there's no Tuchel Pep style. So a few things is setting up a team tactically, then allow the players flow. That's what you guys are doing. So if that happens, the player personalities will begin to clash in some weird way because they will go to their natural instinct. Bruno is going to suffer here again. And you're right, Jay. He needs to be taken out in certain points. Flipping that same scenario and saying, okay, but what about Varane? Varane is experienced. And you're right, he comes into a fixed team. He will play. Thiago Silva comes to and tells everybody calms down. So from the defense, it makes sense. Saul in Chelsea just got a rude awakening of what the Premier League is. He will come better. He will come good.
Yeah.
We had the same situation with Jorginho when we were killing Jorginho. He will come good.
Let me remind you guys of something because we're talking Manchester, Chelsea a lot. Liverpool. Remember Liverpool last year when Jota came? It looked like at that point, Mane and Firmino were having issues. What I mean issues was the game was down. I don't know if it was naturally their form falling down or bedding in issues. Because why I pointed that out was later on in the season, these same four guys all of a sudden look like they could beat anybody.
Exactly.
They now gel. So I think this is a good problem to have. We are looking at one of the most exciting league races in a long time. We have 4 teams, 4 managers, and 4 squads that will punch each other. As they will, at a point, they will come out and go, no dodging, let's go. Let's take it. And we are going to enjoy this.
I would just say
I've not spoken much. After you address, I was going to say let's go back to Lukaku because me too, I want to worship at the altar of Lukaku.
Sorry, my brother. To round up Lukaku is the impact Ronaldo is having in Manchester United. Chelsea finally has a leader up front, also has a homeboy who has something to prove for being sent out, and we also have a proven goal scorer. So what we have in Lukaku was the missing piece. I believe everybody now plays for this fourth guy. If anything happens to Lukaku, we are in trouble. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so Ola, talk about Lukaku, then also talk about Salah. Salah's 100 goals, right? Just quickly.
Yeah. That's it. Egyptian king. I know. But before I start worshiping the Egyptian king, let's start with this Romelu Lukaku. Romelu, 50 goals in the last 50 games for Belgium, 3 goals in 3 games for Chelsea. Who first touch help? As in, what are you guys? What are you guys telling me about first touch? The first touch thing is exaggerated, grossly exaggerated. Yeah, it might not have a consistent first touch, but if you watch other strikers too, not all of them hold up the ball fantastic. If you ask Salah sometimes you touch the ball, they'll take it off him. Mane today, I'm sure you guys saw Mane today. Mane was very erratic. Apart from the chances he was missing, he was erratic in his touch. Sometimes he'll take the touch, he'll take it and take it out of play. Not all strikers are going to be Dennis Beckham. Some people just expect that all strikers have to touch the ball like Dennis Beckham. This Lukaku first touching has been grossly exaggerated over the years. And this guy has always been banging in the goals. For me, he's one of the best strikers of this generation, and he's still not respected enough. Bucci is telling me that, the ball bounced up for the second goal. What do I care? That was a fantastic shot to the top corner. What do I care that the ball bounced up? Fantastic top finish shot. What do I care about first touch? The ball bounced because it's first touch. Fantastic finish. Fantastic finish.
It could have. What I said was that another striker would have taken another touch. That ball bounced when he hit it. That's what I said.
What of Bucci?
Yeah, but he said it was because of his bad touch.
No, that touch. He wanted to take that ball wide away. That ball.
Glib story. That guy had only 2 attempts. He had only 2 attempts throughout the match, and he scored both goals. Even the first goal was not a 100% chance. Yeah, because the first goal that he even scored was not even a clear chance. That was like a half chance because he was running with a defender. So even that one, he made that goal by himself. Okay, it was a fantastic pass from Kovacic. That was a fantastic pass, but that was not a 100% clear chance. And he finished it emphatically with his right foot, his weaker foot. And then the second goal, Come on. They just gave him the pass, left foot, touch, bang. You want somebody to be like Timo Werner who will now be running, and hit it over the bar or any other strike. Man, I don't care about that. I want my striker scoring. And that's why, okay, when I now transition to Salah, when people say, oh, Salah maybe is selfish, he doesn't pass, or he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. Man, the records speak for themselves. 100 goals in 162 Premier League games.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not even starting as a striker. It starts from wide. I just think people, maybe because we watch so much football nowadays, we get to pick out so many loose ends. Because if like the generation coming after us see some of the records these guys are putting on the board, they will know that we saw real greatness in our era. We've been spoiled. I think we've just been spoiled. This generation we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled because we are so picky. We're so picky about everything because we watch so much of football. So we get a chance to be picky. But if the generation after us see the numbers these guys are putting up, Lukaku has over 500 career goals. 500 career goals in people are not talking about that. People are telling me about first touch. What the hell? Come on.
I think you're mixing it up.
Before Haaland, there was Lukaku at the age of 15 in standard league.
Yeah.
No, you guys should chill. Let's go down. Fans love to complain. It's one thing fans will always do. Two, Lukaku is doing very well. A lot of people are putting up a lot of records now, but it's not new. Let's stop acting like there were not people putting up a lot of records 10 years ago. There were not people putting up a lot of records 20 years ago.
Bucci, I'll send you a link. Bucci, I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link.
Let's not go back.
Wait, I'll send you a link after. I'll send you a link.
What I'm trying to say quickly is that when people are analyzed after their career ends, it's a bigger picture. But whenever players are playing, even when Henry was playing in the Premier League, even when Cristiano Ronaldo was playing in the Premier League, remember when they were calling him a prima donna? That he was just doing flicks and tricks? Then he left and everybody was like, wow, great guy. Rooney, they were saying Rooney didn't have a first touch too. People must complain. Fans, that's what we do. The game is 2 hours long and we talk about it for 7 days. What are we going to talk about? Oh, you shot the ball to the net. Oh, no. We don't be petty.
We can focus more on the positives. That's what I think we are very picky. And that's why when you guys start going in, that's why when you go in on managers and players, I just always wonder that people, that's my outlook on football is, I just see people going too hard because we have been very blessed in this generation. We are spoiled. That's why I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Let me double down on what you're saying about Lukaku. And I know you want to talk about Salah, but let me just say, you're right. Our generation of football fans, listen, we watched like ridiculous players like Zidane, Ronaldinho, all those people, right? I think the Lukaku thing, the first touch thing, when it was at Manchester United, of course, that's when, we were all shouting about the first touch and Timberland boots, trampoline feet, all that stuff. And the reason it was different at Manchester United is because of this. Manchester United takes a really long time to get the ball from back to the front, right? Because of that, Lukaku used to come deep a lot. When you come deep as a striker, your lack of first touch is more pronounced than when you're usually in the box and you know the ball is going to come. At Chelsea, he doesn't need to come deep that much.
Exactly.
He's not, because that ball is coming to you.
Yeah.
You in that Tuchel team, the ball is coming to Lukaku and it's coming very quickly. So he's in the perfect team. I'm happy for him. I still don't like him because he talks shit about Manchester United. But hey,
because he's a Chelsea kid, man.
They're off my shoulder. That's what I said. Just they're off my shoulders.
Okay, let's go to the Egyptian King. Egyptian King today. I think Leeds. I saw in our chat. I think Leeds played into Liverpool's hands because we had a lot of space in that first half. It was ridiculous. Salah was having the time of his life. He was just running into space. But also, I think his general play has also improved. I mean, he's still like the second most creative player since he joined the team after Trent. Salah set up the most chances, set up the second highest number of assists and chances after Trent. So people overlook that, but I think it's even better this season. There was one ball he gave to Mane today in the second half, outside of the foot pass to release Mane one-on-one. Of course, Mane wasted that chance. It was just it was vexing me because of my fantasy Premier League. I was like, man, this guy just wasting all the assists that Salah should have had today. So Salah had created like 2 or 3 good chances, and Mane was just messing around. So Salah, yeah, I think well, people know, of course, that it's a 5-season wonder now. So we don't know when the wonder is going to end. So we just take it as long as we can. But at the moment, he's our most important attacking player because Mane is erratic. Firmino doesn't score many more goals any longer. And Jota is good. Jota has games where he doesn't impose himself because he doesn't have that physique. Jota is like a player that glides. He glides. He interlinks. He's very good at dribbling. And Jota is actually very good in the air. But Salah is still our main man. And if anything happened to Salah, we will be in big trouble. We will be in big trouble because there's nobody that is the complete package in our attack like he is. He creates a lot and he scores a lot.
Is it possible for a team to have 2? There are very few teams that have 2 people like Salah. There's no team that has 2 people like Salah. So,
but that's the thing. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't have to have an exact replica. But when I hear United fans, man, you guys are so lucky. You have like 6 genuine attacking options. And not just genuine attacking options, you have match winners. This is one thing when people say, oh, maybe what's Ronaldo going to bring? You guys have talked about that already. But like in Liverpool, we have maybe 2 or 3 match winners at most. United now have more than that. You have genuine match winners, people who can pop up clutch moments, create an assist.
No,
As a United fan, I respectfully disagree. Ronaldo is our Salah. The rest of our players, apart from maybe Cavani,
Bruno
used
to win matches.
Yeah,
no, we have match winners, man. We have match winners. We have Lingard.
We have match winners.
Yeah. We've got Lingard. Come on, man. We've got match winners. Like,
no, but you do.
They're not consistent match winners.
Got a coach.
No,
got a coach.
No, like to me,
no.
I know we're gonna get to the Champions League conversation. I don't know if we still have time for that, but to me, right now, the way I see it, I think Manchester United now is in the conversation of the top teams in Europe for the Champions League.
They should have been there.
PSG, Chelsea, Man City, Bayern, and now United.
That's
the only thing that is not gonna get us there is Ole. I'm gonna give him the slack. It's still beginning of the season, but there's no. How do you look at that team? Like look at the teams around Europe. Chelsea, I still think are heavy favorites because you guys are actually a team. Like when you watch Chelsea play, it's a team playing. It's not just names on jerseys playing. You know, like PSG. Look at Manchester United's team and look at PSG's team. Pretty comparable. Like pretty comparable. Like Man City is kind of like Chelsea. They have a great manager, a great system. Bayern Munich is always going to be Bayern Munich, right? They have a good system as well and some quality players. Other than that, what other team in Europe has the firepower of Man United? What other team in Europe does? We have 5. We have Pogba, Sancho, Ronaldo,
Bruno.
You can even add Bruno to that mix. I'm just talking about like not even just top players, but commercially top players. Like Pogba is on everything, Champions League, even though United wasn't in the Champions League. He was in all the ads. You know, you have Sancho now, who's become the new face of Pepsi and Adidas. Like you have Ronaldo. So not even just from a skill standpoint, even from a global standpoint, we have the players. So I don't know, man. Like I really don't know. I think
the reason
is up there now.
So what else? Also, you keep forgetting Cavani. So where Cavani is in this equation?
Exactly. Cavani was brilliant for you guys last season.
Ronaldo comes off, Cavani comes on. That's crazy.
That's what I mean. You guys have firepower.
I always tell Ayo, having that guy, I want to have that guy in Madrid better than what we have.
Yeah.
Imagine you even mentioned so many strikers that you have in the list.
That's what I'm saying when I talk about Salah. When Bucci was saying that you can't have 2 of Salah. No, when you're saying that, wait, let me just finish. Because I did not finish my Salah point.
Finish your point. I think we're going around in circles too much. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to round up on the Salah point why I said we will miss him. What I mean is we don't have enough match winners in Salah mode. So if Salah got injured, Mane has been erratic for the past the season, and this season is also erratic this season. Today, everybody saw him. He had to take 10 shots to score 1 goal, 10 shots before he scored 1 goal. And Firmino's output has dropped. So in comparison to other teams, that's why I mean that we will miss him if Salah went off injured or broke his leg, like Harvey Elliott broke his leg today. We will miss him more compared to other teams because, United, let's say Ronaldo gets a hamstring injury. United are not going to. You're not going to struggle for goals. Greenwood is there. Cavani is there. Rashford is coming back from injury. If Ronaldo went off hamstring injury for 3 months, you guys are just going to score goals.
Okay, what I meant is Salah is the best right winger in the right forward in the history of the EPL. There is no team that won't miss him. That's what I was trying to say. That there's nobody.
Oh no, I know. Of course, I understand that. I just mean
I'm just saying he's so good. That's what I meant. Yeah. He's that good. I put him so high up there that the idea that you won't miss a Salah if you had other players. No, that guy can basically, if that guy was in Madrid, Manchester, anyway, he would be killing teams as well. That's what I'm saying. That he's that good. Yes.
Mm. But Chelsea
fair
can
enough.
do Salah though.
My friend, keep quiet.
Thank you for giving him to us.
I was going to say that. I was going to counter against the point that Manchester United is now one of the top teams in Europe that should be contending for the Champions League. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can, bro. Stop looking at me like that. This like if you think that, then you must just think that a bunch of players, a bunch of pieces can just go ahead and win the Champions League. The Champions League is a totally different animal. Like it's like I always say, you can't put a 6-year-old behind a Formula One car. I can have the greatest Mercedes Formula One car and the greatest Red Bull. I mean, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. These are great drivers. Who is driving the Formula One car that is Manchester United? It's somebody that like my little nephew. So the car.
And I agree with that.
And because of that, if you can't put you put Manchester United on the grid as a race, but the car is going to crash because it doesn't have a good driver. Therefore,
Chelsea were a poor team. I won the Champions League.
Therefore, it is not one of
but it's not. They are though. Like when you look at, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of firepower, Manchester United is in that conversation. But like I said, the only reason that people are still not thinking that in the conversation is because of the coach.
The coach,
Chelsea. I know we've used this example a million times. Tuchel is the best example. It was the same Chelsea squad that was playing like Manchester United till December. Tuchel came in, took over, and the team just changed. So that's what I'm saying is, to me, and that's the part that makes me nervous about this team is because this is the best team that United has had in a very, very long time. And I think the tragedy of the situation is we might not have the right man to lead this team. That's the sad part that makes me nervous.
I'm going to jump in.
Assistant manager, not former.
I have too much Manchester United. No, I'm going to counter you. Otto, sorry, I have to move on. We talk too much about Manchester too much. You're
right, Ayo. You're right.
Moving on.
Thank you, Ayo. Correct guy.
You might have to cut the. You might have to cut the stream into different segments and post 10 minutes of United, 10 minutes of Chelsea.
Like ESPN.
Yeah. So that's what I do now. I post highlights now. So the highlights will come out. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do EPL wrap up very, very quickly. I'm going to do EPL wrap up. I'm going to take his comments. Raji says, "Oh, this Manchester United because you beat Newcastle."
Newcastle fan.
Yeah. Raji will understand. Yeah, just that show.
Cry some more.
People will not get relegated. How about that? He said Newcastle is not that a big deal. Yeah, we know. We know that. So I'll touch quickly. Leicester City, Man City, same. Was very City should have won that game by multiple goals.
Yeah,
I think it was just lack of clinical striker. which might come back to bite them in the ass later down the season. They can't depend too much on their midfielders to keep scoring goals. I see that they're trying to keep it tight, and they will win with the odd goal here and there. But that worked last year. I don't think that will work this year. That's my thoughts. I think they'll just fall short of somebody else because of that. Spurs, the final wrap up. Spurs, because Arsenal is not a big six, so I'm not talking about Arsenal.
Oh my God!
Not anymore, man.
I'm talking about Spurs. These are when people are getting carried away. I was telling them, Espirito Santo. I know it's one game. I'm not judging by that, but I was Nuno Espirito Santo is just Mourinho.
It's just Nuno.
It's just
Mourinho 2.0.
No, that means it's better. It's Mourinho 0.5. That's why I call it.
Dude went to Spurs with all that attacking talent and he still plays negative football.
He played 3, and I only say that not because of the results. You can have bad results, but this guy played 3 defensive midfielders against Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he played Dele Alli on the wing. He played Dele Alli on the wing. Wing back.
I know what he's going to do. So that's why I went for getting carried. I was like, Spurs will not finish in top 6. I'm so confident of that. They're not going to finish top 6. We move on to Champions League now. I think that's it for EPL. Hope you guys have your brackets. What we are doing in this, we're going to predict who's coming out from each group. That's all. We're not talking about the games. I just need predictions from everybody. Since Ola said I assume Ola is already ready.
I'm ready too.
Let's start from Group A. Ola, who are your teams coming out? Before you say anything, let me change the banner. And Champions League. But this is a bracket, so I'm going to see who was right at the end of the group stages. Okay, Ola, Group A. Who comes out of Group A?
PSG on top, Man City second.
Okay.
Are we naming them in order or just the first top 2?
In order.
In order.
Okay, in order. That's what matters. But if you have other people say who's come third and fourth, that's fine. But that doesn't count towards the bracket because the bracket are going to be.
Okay, so we have to name 1 and 2. That's it.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
if you have the
Okay.
We going by group or in total in general?
By group.
We'll start with
Quick question, right? Is it that if you name the correct 2 teams that come out of the group, you're right, or you have to get the first and second?
You have to get first and second in order.
That's what.
There are points for it. So
okay.
All right. If you get the first and second, if you get for every order you get for the first and second, it's 2 points. That's it.
Okay.
2 points each. That's how we're doing it. Actually, I take that back because then it doesn't favor who gets first, right? No, it favors those. Yeah, it favors it. Yeah. So if you get the position right, 2 points. That's it. That's the simplest way to do this. Just socials.
So for Group A, I'll say Man City and PSG. Like PSG second.
Man City first. Okay. PSG second. Bucci?
Man City first, PSG second.
Yeah. Okay, comment.
PSG first, Man City second.
Okay. Idris.
PSG first, Man City second.
Auto.
This is a very tough one. If everyone is healthy and engaged, I think these 2 teams are going to be very tight. The difference is going to be the difference in goals. But I think PSG will go in top of Manchester City.
Okay.
Very tight.
Very tight. Okay. Group B. Start with Bucci.
Okay. Quickly, let me pull up my bracket again. Excuse me.
Okay, I'll move to Ola.
Okay, no, I'll give it to you. It's Liverpool and Atletico. First, second.
Okay. Idris.
Liverpool, Atletico, I guess.
Okay, comment.
I think I'm going for a shocker here. Liverpool 1, AC Milan second.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. See, I want people that understand that this is a bracket. You need to throw some curveball. in there. J Socials.
Here's a tricky one. Now that everyone is saying Liverpool, Atletico, I'm gonna have to switch it up here because Liverpool, Atletico, I feel like they're evenly matched teams. So I'll go with Atletico just to kind of go against the grain there.
Okay.
So Atletico first, Liverpool second.
Especially now that they have Griezmann too. He's got a point to prove.
Indeed, I agree with you.
That's true. That's a good point.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, no surprise for me. Atletico are winning this group, and then Liverpool scrapping a second.
Wow.
You underestimate yourself.
Atletico are really, really good. Atletico are really good now. They're really good.
They added Griezmann. That's another thing.
Atletico have a very solid team right now. Solid.
Yeah.
Prediction.
Well, Liverpool
they have a better
solid
bench
team.
too than Liverpool. So
Okay, quick question, just because I'm also writing this down. Also, who did you pick for B?
He hasn't picked anybody.
In this case, the way I see that forward, Atletico against Liverpool. Liverpool have a lot of guys that are coming back from serious injuries, and they're not like solid complete. And right now, the forward Atletico have, with the addition of that Griezmann in that team, is a different guy, totally different guy. It's gonna be like the comment that I made about Lukaku and a different team. Right there, he's loved. Even though the people hate him because he leave, a guy reactivate the whole entire team, and Suarez and in the middle, the whole team is solid. So I picked Atletico de Madrid against Liverpool in the group, but they both will advance.
So Atletico first, Liverpool second.
That's correct, sir. That's correct.
Okay, back to Bucci, Group C.
No, Idris. And you, what's your own?
No,
you're not picking Ayo. Ayo, what's your own?
No, we picked.
I was saying now. Okay, that's true.
You haven't said any.
Yeah. So first, Group A at Man City first, PSG second. Group B, I have Liverpool first, Atletico second.
Okay, so me now. Group C.
Yeah.
This is a tough one, but I'm going with Dortmund and Ajax. It's just Dortmund wins, Ajax second.
Idris.
I'm going with Dortmund and Sporting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, come
Dortmund first, Sporting Lisbon second.
There are many on this matter.
Don't change your mind. I know you're easily influenced. Don't change your mind, J Socials. What do you actually have?
No. I put this was the one team I put the upset. So I did Dortmund and Besiktas, or however you say their team. I just feel like Turkish teams typically they fight. So
that was the same thing you said before Euro, bro.
That was different.
That's a very good catch.
That was different, man. I don't know what Turkish team showed up. That team did not.
I'm sorry, Jay. I just had to catch
They
you.
wanted to play, man.
I heard this guy said this somewhere. I don't know where I heard this. Okay.
I have Dortmund and Sporting Lisbon.
Okay.
Dortmund on top. Yeah.
Sporting. Otto.
On which group? The third one? Or?
Yeah, third one.
It's kind of weird. Borussia Dortmund, definitely with that monster Haaland in the front.
Okay.
Number one, and I still believe that Ajax will be in top of Sporting Club. So I think Ajax will be in second, in my opinion.
I have Dortmund and I have Ajax first and second.
Ajax have a great team, and they are master for building youngsters and selling machines. They make money selling players after 1 year.
That's true. Group D. Back to Bucci.
Okay, sorry. Pick up my bracket again. Okay, Real Madrid, Inter, first, second, like that.
Idris.
Yeah, I'll go Real Madrid, Inter, but something is telling me to say Shakhtar. But Real Madrid, Inter.
Okay, that's something I was telling you.
Ignore it. Ignore that something.
Oh man.
Me?
Yeah, it's you.
I'll do Real Madrid Inter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. J Socials, the fighter, that likes choosing teams that fight.
I've not really watched too much of Inter Milan. They pretty much have the same team, right? Except for Lukaku. Was anybody else that left from last season?
No.
That was not much.
Hakimi.
Oh yeah,
Hakimi. Okay.
Hakimi left.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Young.
But I think
So you see what something is telling me about Shakhtar?
I'll be honest. I've watched more of Real Madrid games than I have of Inter Milan games this season. So, and Ancelotti is a really good coach. So he's Real Madrid's looking different. So I'll say Madrid, Inter Milan.
Okay, Madrid, Inter Milan. Okay, that's on that podcast. And that Ancelotti is a good conversation for another podcast.
Oh, come on.
Some people just want to be controversial today.
No.
I know.
He has a good history. He's a world-class coach. I'm saying history is not about history. I'm saying currently. I have a different concept. We're talking about Ancelotti.
Okay, Group D. Yeah, Group D. I have Inter Milan winning that group. Madrid. I am in your camp. Ancelotti. Nah, I'm not having him anymore. But they'll qualify. They'll come second. But man, I don't think they'll do fantastic in this Champions League.
Otto.
Well, of course, I'm going to pick my team as a first team, right? But it's going to be tough. I was talking to a friend of mine that is a serious Inter, and I say, oh, man, you're definitely going to go first. He told me, dude, when it's Madrid, you never can doubt of that team. Well, I will pick Madrid and Inter for sure. It's Shakhtar is going to be very, very tough for them to qualify. I don't think Cherries is going to make it there. So.
I'm Madrid and Inter. I chose like everybody. Group E.
No, I didn't choose Madrid and Inter. I chose Inter and Madrid.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I have that written. Group E. Muchi.
Group E for me. Bayern on top, Barcelona second.
Mr. Idris.
I'm going to be controversial. Yeah, Bayern it will be the death nail of Barcelona. Whatever the previous manager did, you will reap the benefits. This stuff.
Who are you choosing?
No, I'm saying
Chloe's like, what?
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, the previous president, whatever he did with all the budget and stuff, they're reaping the benefits right now.
Wow. Okay. Bayern Benfica. Okay, Kwame. That's a big shout.
I'm doing Bayern 1, Barcelona 2nd.
Just socials.
I'm going the same Bayern and then Barcelona.
Hola.
Yeah, Bayern Barcelona, but Idris is giving me food for thought, really. But yeah, it's really giving me food for thought. But I'll stick with Barcelona second. But yeah, really, something might happen there.
Also,
I definitely go with Bayern and Barcelona.
Yeah, okay. Same thing. I have Bayern first, I have Barcelona second.
Barcelona is lucky that is in that team. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Bucci.
Man United, Atalanta.
Okay. Let's go. Idris.
Man United, good evening.
What you say?
Good evening.
Guys, man.
That guy has punched above his weight so much.
But this is not the Europa League. This is not the Europa League.
I know.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
All his life. Mr. Punch above his weight. Okay, Kwame.
I'll do Manchester United and Villarreal.
Okay. Interesting. Jason Charles.
This is a little tough one, but I'll say United first. And if Atalanta has if we see the same team as last season, then Atalanta second for sure. I'm confident on that one.
Hola.
Man United, Atalanta. Yeah.
Just for all of you picking Atalanta, Atalanta is 19th Serie A right now. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw.
Doesn't mean they were not that good last season either until
Fair enough.
later.
Yeah,
Otto.
I go with Manchester United first and Villarreal second.
Okay. Anayo?
I have Manchester United first, Atalanta second.
Okay.
Group G.
I have Sevilla and Lille. Sevilla first, Lille second.
This is the interesting one. I like this group.
Yeah. I like this group too. I like this group.
This is where a lot of people are going to mess up.
A lot of banana skins are here.
Exactly.
What a group.
What a group, man. What a group indeed.
Jorginho. Let's go.
I was going to go. Yeah,
It's a tough group.
Sevilla. I was going to go RB Salzburg, but I don't know. Let me just throw a curveball in. Sevilla, RB Salzburg.
And good evening.
Well, this is the group to take that risk on because this is the group whereby anything could happen.
Anything can happen, yes.
Yeah.
What did you choose? Sorry, I got track.
Sevilla,
Sevilla, Salzburg.
Yeah, Salzburg.
Holy wow. Okay.
Just because of the coach. That's the only reason I'm going.
Who is the coach of Salzburg?
It's an American actually. Jesse March.
The new American guy.
Jesse March, yeah.
On the road, right?
Sorry?
It's not just March. Jesse March is Leipzig now.
Oh, Jesse.
Oh no! Oh wait! Then I take that back. Hold
Is
on.
it Leipzig now?
Yeah, he moved from Salzburg to Leipzig. Sorry. Then I'll go with Leo. I'll go with Leo. Sorry.
Like what? Okay, comment.
Lille have not been that good this season. Sevilla on top, Lille second. I'm uncomfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. But yeah, Sevilla first, Lille second.
You're looking into the sky. Looking into your. Comment is very good in prediction.
You couldn't say with conviction.
He won the bracket, the last Euro bracket. Just socials.
I'm going with the with majority, Seville and then Lille.
Interesting. Ola?
I'm going with Lille, the French champions, and I'm going with Salzburg because they're always dangerous. They're a dangerous team either way.
Sevilla
Whether they have Jesse March. Huh?
Sevilla doesn't get out of the group.
No, Sevilla doesn't get out of the group. No. Lille, Salzburg.
Let me ask quickly. Dollar said Sevilla Lille and George said Sevilla Lille as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Idris.
For me, I already picked.
You already did. It's Otto and you.
Sevilla FC and the league. I was gonna pick Lille, but I seen them playing right now in the Swiss groups right now in the league, and they're kind of like degrading right now. So I'm gonna put Salzburg second.
Damn. Okay.
Man, Otto is a very loyal La Liga fan, man.
No,
you know what? He's got a point.
You know what?
Yeah.
The way I see it is because I watch that league a lot. Because I watched the game right now. I'm watching Madrid losing against Celta de Vigo. Can you freaking?
No way. Madrid are losing.
Yeah, 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not surprised. That's why we said Madrid won't finish top of their group.
and they score first. They score first. And
Ancelotti.
So, but I see Sevilla and Villarreal. It's just I see them playing because I see them playing also in La Copa del Rey. And these are the teams that are coming from the bottom. And when they play against top teams,
they play hard.
They want to compete. Even the players want to move out of those teams. So when they are champions, when they hear that champion team, they reactivate it. And those two teams, the spirit they have when they play for their team and Champions League. This is the first time for Villarreal. Sevilla have been, I think it's the first time. Sevilla have been playing before because they won Europa League before. But those guys, when you see them, it's a different seeing Real Madrid are like, oh, we are in Champions League because we're Real Madrid. But when you see those two teams, you can see they playing for their colors.
Okay,
it's the spirit, and that's exactly what I see, and that's what I've been picking. I won't definitely pick it against Manchester United right now the way you're playing, but they are in there because it changed. The mentality changed completely.
And also, I wanted to also add about Lille as well. Even though they just won the French league, when a team that is not expected to win something, the next season they're kind of loaded from that win, and things don't always, they kind of start looking sluggish, and distractions and whatnot. So that's why
they lost a few players.
I'm not too confident with Lille this season.
Yeah. And some addition to that, they play with no pressure.
Yeah.
Last year. Now they have pressure.
Exactly. There.
I'm going with Sevilla and Wolfsburg. That's my second.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's talking about Wolfsburg.
Wolfsburg. Oh, my goodness, Gallo.
I watch a lot of German league. Wolfsburg are a terrific good side. Lille. Nobody's changing predictions, by the way. Before I give all this information, that prediction is locked.
It's already locked. Nobody's changing anything now.
So I'm just saying that.
It's already locked in.
I am not
locked in
because of this. Lille lost their manager. That man is a terrific manager.
They did.
They lost him. They lost 3 key players. They lost their DM. So that's why I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I'm not choosing that. I think we'll go to Europa League. Group. Let's move on quickly. Group H. Final group. Gucci?
Oh, this is an easy one.
Yeah. This is easy.
We can see you, Idris. We can see you. Thank you.
Shameless man. Chelsea winning. Juventus come second.
Actually, Chelsea winning it. I don't know. I'm not.
My friend, will you keep quiet? Stop trying to be humble. We can see what you're doing.
I will go right now based on form. I'll say Chelsea, Juventus, because Juventus still seems to be getting our house in order. But it's Juventus; they're going to get through. So, but if it was Juventus where they were like all their house was in order, then I would honestly go Juventus, Chelsea, because somehow we find a way of we qualify, but we usually don't always top groups in Champions League. So Chelsea
this year.
Okay, comment.
Chelsea 1, Juventus 2nd.
J Socials.
I'm doing Chelsea first, then Juve second.
Hola.
Straightforward group.
Yeah, Chelsea first, Juve second.
Nobody's gonna pick Malmo.
Malmo what?
Chelsea definitely. Juventus second.
Yeah. That's what I had to. I mean,
I was trying to pitch it in there. Maybe Malmo will go. Otto will go with passion and stepping up in the Champions League. He's like now, man.
Wait, let me tell you guys something though. I'm surprised you guys are betting against Ancelotti in the Champions League.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
In the league, in the Champions League, Ancelotti.
He's won it 4 times.
I don't bet against that guy.
Ayo, you said this for another podcast. Let's have an Ancelotti podcast next time. Let's have. Yeah, he went to Everton, man. Hey, this guy went to Everton. I'm messed up there. Yeah.
Let's be honest, guys. Ancelotti is there because they have no more option.
Exactly.
We all know that.
Yes, that's true. Everybody knows that. I think a lot of fans they get carried away by past history, what is done before in the past. The football has changed so much in the last 5 years, not to talk of last 7-8 years. A lot of people get carried away with that. But another podcast. Let's end with our weekly awards. Kudos of the week, donkey of the week. I'll start with mine. My kudos, 3 people. I have 3 people for.
Are we allowed to do that?
No, please.
You can.
Ujoro.
Okay, you don't have any donkey. If you give 3 kudos, no donkey.
3. That's too much now. Come on.
No donkey for you this week. Just kudos.
There's a donkey. My kudos goes to. It's actually non-football. The 16-year-old US Open winner, Raducanu. She gets my kudos. It's not football, but it's sports related. My football related is 2 people. My man, Paul Pogba, 7 assists. Went to go to a concert after. He has 7 assists. He's always good. And he's
burning boy, yo. He was burning that.
He went after to go and do a concert. He's living his life. Dropped 7 assists. I'll give him praise now because United fan base is so quick to criticize this man when United is not doing well. United is doing well now. Everybody is mostly focusing on the other people. Paul Pogba, 7 assists. That he gets my kudos of the week. My last kudos of the week goes to Brighton and their manager. This is the guy, too many yards, XG factor, this, that. They're fourth in the league. I think they're fourth or third. I can't remember. They're fourth. They're fourth in the league, not lost the game. Their defense looks good. As of last weekend, I don't know about this weekend, the stats, they had considered the least expected goals in the whole league. Brighton, the least expected. I know it's just game 4, and I don't want to have bad games, and they're going to lose the run of games. But with the resources that man has, Graham Potter, he gets my kudos for this week. Who goes next? Who wants to go next? Kudos.
I will go. Oh, please, sorry, go ahead. Excuse me.
You didn't give your donkey.
I'll come back. Okay.
My kudos.
Okay.
My kudos of the week will go to Hudson Edward of Crystal Palace. The man came in, new signing, came in from Celtic, and within 27 seconds got his first goal, and then ended up getting us brace in that game. So shout out to him. I like what I'm seeing from him already. Yeah.
Okay, Bucci.
There's only one kudos this week, and that is football related. But I'm going to actually do something like Ayo did quickly because I remembered something. But it's just Ronaldo. All this noise people are making about that there's only one football related. Don't distract us with Dedward, all this. Ronaldo is the master of this past week. End of story. Yesterday was 9/11, 20th anniversary. So there was a somber idea somber feeling going all over the place. And so I just want to remind all of us, take a moment to remember that there was over 3,000 lives that were lost. It was something that changed all of our lives. And so it's a moment that whenever it comes back, we should, take a moment to remember sacrifices, because you do not walk on paths if people did not cut the grass yesterday. So for everybody that sacrificed, make the world better, I just want to keep saying thank you all. Those are my heroes for the week.
Okay. Hola.
Well, I know Jay was laughing at this guy, and I don't know why, because this guy is a legend. His name is Messi Lingard. He gets my kudos of the week because this guy, you flogged him up to West Ham. He was a castaway stone, and now his comeback is going to be the corner.
I love Jesse Lingard. I thought
you were messing. I thought you were being sarcastic when you were mentioning Lingard.
Oh no! I love Jesse. I love Jay Links, man.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you were being sarcastic. No. Man, this guy is forcing his way back into the United team. Yeah, that's why I'm giving him kudos of the week, because he could easily have given up on his dream. He could easily have said, okay, I'll take the easy way out to West Ham. He could have easily said, look, Ronaldo's here, I won't get any playing time. This guy got his chance yesterday. Nice goal. I know we all rib on him, we all joke and we all banter, but he has mental resilience. I think he does have mental resilience, because not many players will go through all the kind of nonsense that's been thrown at him and still be relevant.
So United fans say he's only in the team because it's nepotism. That's what
nepotism from who?
It's the manager's son. It's the manager's son. But please, I digress. Let's move on.
Okay, that's my kudos of the week.
Okay, Idris.
Thank you. Idris. If he doesn't say Lukaku, I'll be shocked.
I was going to say Lukaku, but
I knew it.
Really?
I was just going to go nostalgia and football fans, because the whole hype about Ronaldo, the whole hype about Chelsea with Lukaku coming back. He was a teenager. We loaned him out. We never really gave him a chance, and he's back doing his thing. So for me, football as a whole, kudos to the fans and everybody. It's been a real one. Even Griezmann coming back to Atletico, and Otto was mentioning that him being added to the Atletico team actually gives a completely different dynamic. So kudos to football team and nostalgia.
Otto.
I'll probably wait to. It's a guy that is going to be a kudos for a while. Sir Alex Ferguson for making that excellent move and talking to that guy that changed the whole entire mentality of a whole entire team. And together with the director of sport of Manchester United. Everything they did in this
I'm going to shock people when I give my donkey. I'm going to shock everybody here. I'm already seeing that coming. I'm going to shock.
No problem.
Josh, what's your kudos?
It's amazing what they did. It's amazing that the director of sport of Manchester United to be pursuing this guy, and for Alex Ferguson to be able to talk to this guy, that when he came, he changed the whole the environment of the league. Let's be honest with the league. But now the competition, imagine how it's going to be. So kudos for Manchester United and directors of sport,
John Motter,
pursuing all these guys and making the team very extremely competitive. It was just amazing.
Okay, Josh, right? Have you said yours?
Yeah, so I've got 3. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, because I wasn't sure because my screen was freezing for a second. Okay, so I've got 3. I actually didn't really think about it till Ayo mentioned it. I'm going to start with Pogba. Everyone knows I'm a huge Pogba fan. When you talk about Pogba, the one word that we always hear is, oh, he's good but inconsistent. You know, we've talked about, we Pogba fans have kept talking about how the team has been inconsistent, the managers have been inconsistent. So it wouldn't make sense that he's going to be inconsistent. But we cannot deny, since I think it's December or November of last year, Pogba has been consistent. Over in the Euros, arguably the best player. So I think people need to now, when we talk about Paul Pogba, he needs to be respected now. I think people need to
put some respect on that.
But he's not consistent. No. He's been doing it since November. You know, he won the EPL match. No buts or ifs now. He's done it for France and the biggest stage. He's doing it for Manchester United now. So I think
no more asterisks.
None of that anymore, guys.
No. Same goes for, by the way. Sorry, same goes for Salah.
But you let him finish now. But
he's finished. I'm just adding to that. Lukaku and Salah. But please continue.
And then the second one is Cristiano Ronaldo, just because of what he brings to the league, the EPL, to Manchester United. And you got to think about all those players in the EPL, like a lot of these teams, like Newcastle, for example. They're never going to play Champions League football to see the likes of Ronaldo and all these stars, and to see like the Varans, all these guys coming into the league. Even yesterday after the game, half of the Newcastle team were begging for Ronaldo's shirt. One after the other asking. Now every team wants to play United now because Ronaldo is in the league. So that to me is huge. And the third, you got to give it to Mohamed Salah. 100 goals for in the EPL for Liverpool. And you know what? I've never been like a huge Salah fan, but I've always respected his game and what he's done. I've never really understood why people keep slating him. Oh, he's not good. He's not. I think he's skillful. He scores goals, and what more can you ask from a attacking winger? So those are my 3. Those are my 3. Kudos for the week. Yeah.
Hey, just start with the donkey. What's your donkey of the week? Then we'll go around.
My donkey of the week. I didn't really think that far. Can someone else go? I'll think about it.
I can quickly take that. That's Hungary fans in the nationals.
True.
Yeah, good one.
Good pick.
Yeah, still stupid racist. I can never understand why the mob mentality, they don't get it. But yeah, whatever.
One out of 7 my screen.
It's always that guy now. That guy wearing orange.
Always.
I don't understand. I don't know what you're accusing me of. What are you accusing me of?
Keep him right in the eyes. We can see it.
Okay, it goes. This is your talk.
My donkey of the week is TalkSport. I mean, I don't follow that website. I don't follow the radio. I don't follow their Twitter. I ignore them like I ignore Go.com. But they still find their way to creep into my life because they're so ridiculous. They go viral for ridiculous things. Trevor Sinclair, 1 minute, was singing about how Ronaldo was going to change City, make them the best things in sliced bread. Then immediately he was going to Man United, he started talking about how old the guy is. That's that radio station every time. These are the same guys that will 1 minute would start telling you, like, I remember their takes on, if I started listening what they've said about players, you know, it's just ridiculous. I don't know how that radio station continues to exist because
they call it shout spots. You call it talk spot, they call it shout spots because they just shout nonsense.
Nonsense. I'm telling you. That's my donkey for the week.
Okay, comment.
My donkey of the week. Well, I have two. First is Nuno Espirito Santo. I'm sorry. I have to give him donkey of the week because I understand he has some players out, but how do you start Højbjerg, Harry Winks, and Oliver Skip as a 3 in the midfield? That's ridiculous.
Against Crystal Palace.
And then you put Dele Alli on the left, who has completely zero pace. So yeah, I have to give him donkey of the week when he had Brian Hill on the bench, and he never brought him on throughout that entire game. So that's one. Second donkey of the week. I mean, this is just maybe a little nitpicky, but I have to give second one to Japhet Tanganga.
Oh no, you stole my donkey. You stole my donkey. You stole my donkey.
See, great minds. Like Japhet Tanganga, man, Wilfred Zaha got the best of him mentally.
Yeah.
Like he committed a bad foul, right? And then allowed himself to get dragged into a fight with Zaha, gets a yellow card, and literally 3 minutes later, loses his head like Ned Stark in Game of Thrones and flies into a tackle and gets a red card. So he lost it. He just showed complete lack of composure and inexperience. So yeah, that goes to him as well.
Although we can't see. Do you have a donkey of the week? And if you have, fine.
What do you say? What was the question?
What's your donkey of the week?
Like somebody that did something in sports that maybe you don't like. Just donkey of the week.
I couldn't hear you. The what was it?
The donkey of the week.
Someone in sports that did something.
Man, it just Saturday was show after show. I will say the comment that I made you earlier or yesterday, the show of the Premier League itself. Period. Every game is competitive in that league.
No, that's not donkey.
That's why
I don't think he heard you well.
The whole entire
I don't
league.
think
If you watch games from other leagues,
let me land.
You can tell the difference.
When I say donkey of the week, donkey is like something negative.
Something negative?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
If you don't have one, it's fine. You don't have
I don't have one. I don't really have one.
Josh.
I'll go with Edu from Arsenal because of his comment.
Oh my God!
His comments about basically, in a nutshell, basically saying that Arsenal has no targets, and they're happy with the work they're doing, and it's like, you guys have been doing the same work for 12 years. How much longer do you need? And the fact that Arteta seems to just have, another blank sheet to work on. You know what I mean? It's like, where does Arsenal draw the line and say that Arteta is not good enough? The board needs to make serious changes in personnel, managerial personnel, as well as on the squad. Like the team is not that great. I mean, the team is not that great, but they can be doing way better than they're doing right now. So to me, for their sporting director to come out and be saying that when the team had 0 points out of 3 games, that you should not even be out on the media talking. You should not be defending anything. You should be international break. They should have been calling managers and figure out who wants to come to Arsenal.
Jay, I was not going to mention Arsenal because I set a benchmark and said they're not a big team because they were my second donkey of the week. Not even Edu.
Oh my God! Please.
The entire franchise and the fans. They played an El Clasico. El Clasico.
El without.
And they are now making noise after a win. I was like, come on, guys.
You are the reason why this podcast is not going viral. Stop picking on Arsenal.
Rome was not beaten a day. Trust the process. Arsenal. Rome was not beaten a day. Thanks for the comment.
Can I have my donkey?
Oh yeah, okay.
Can I have my?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I know Oga Kwame already mentioned Taganga, so he covered everything I was going to say about the guy. He lost his head basically. So I'll just go for somebody else based on fantasy football. Mikel Antonio, come on, lad! You've been scoring double digits every week, and then this weekend decided to give us a minus one point in fantasy football. Mikel Antonio, man, sorry, I can't forgive you. You are the donkey of the week behind
Taganga. Sorry, AY again. I know I gave a group of people donkey of the week. I got to give the Spanish reporter who said the most racial, vile thing against the young kid that just joined Real Madrid. And she thought, off mic, she just got arrested. I was still.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Have you seen the apology? Have you seen the apology she gave? The apology in quote.
How can you even?
Oh, the apology is terrible. Oh no, the apology is even terrible. It's not even a real apology. Like it's like justification. Justification. Yeah, it was terrible.
She had no idea that her mic was on, and she was saying, "Oh, I cannot understand why Real Madrid is going for this player. He's darker than his coat."
Okay.
It was Cavaminga. She was like,
He haven't played yet. He's not playing yet. But I take my word back. If I had to pick, I thought it was just a team. It's just a player. It's Eder Militao, man. It just he doesn't fit in that team, brother. Sorry.
Okay, that's
every time I see it, and you know what? It's the same point that I bring out about the coach. They have no option, no other option, and that guy is playing right there because he's lucky that he's no other option.
What's the score now? Sorry, Otto. What's the score now?
It's still 2-1, and both goals went through straight to him.
God!
And the other team knows that. So, and every time I see him playing, it's just like I don't know. It just every week
donkey.
It's the same story. So I take that back, Ayo. Eder Militao.
Okay, I'm going to end on a different note. It's very unpopular, but I'm going to say it because I feel very strongly about it. My donkey of the week is Manchester United social media and our board for a specific reason. In a week where we have somebody who signed back, great, has rape allegations on him. We have Ryan Giggs sitting in the director's box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was bad.
I did see him there.
Who has clear allegation, charged, not even allegation. He's been charged in court for beating up.
And the case is currently going on. And
and they put him in the box. And the social media people kept forcing all this thing down. I think it's very tone deaf from woman's standpoint for all of these things they did. And they get my donkey because I think football means different to different people, and that's fine. I'm not here to preach to anybody how they should react to their club and all those things. That doesn't matter to me. Me personally, the reason I support Manchester United, there are deeper reasons than, I want to win football matches. We have the best player in the world. It's way deeper for me. It's a communal thing. It's like what they mean, or the society, and in recent times, especially when you now add in the way they treated the female football team and Casey Stonehat resigning and walking away from the club just because there's this women tone deaf thing going on in Manchester United. I'll just put it down. That's the easiest, best way I can say that. Tone deaf towards women's rights, Manchester United, I do not like. And that's very personal for me. So that's that. They take my donkey of the week. That's where I'm going to end that. It's been a 2-hour marathon. 2-hour marathon. But it's been so much fun.
Well, before we go, let me point something out because I just noticed that when we're talking. Who's manager of the month? Who's player of the month?
They've already given that now. They're giving that.
No.
No.
They gave
Who's player of the month?
Antonio.
Who's player of the month?
Antonio.
What happened to them this weekend?
Antonio.
What happened to them this weekend?
Always going to be player of the month. Are you mad?
Antonio was player of the month. Antonio is player of the month. First game in September.
They did fuck off.
Wait. That's been announced already?
Yeah, player of the month for August. I'm manager of the month for August.
How they can announce that? They just started playing. They just came back.
No, they give it every month.
International duty.
They give it every month. For the 3 games that were played last month, they give them the award. Why I mentioned that there's a cost that's supposed to be on the manager and player of the month. They usually don't do well the following month. It was someone that Nuno did not even want to touch the award, and he still lost it. He told somebody else to pick the award up.
Yeah.
And it's still got the cost. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens a lot. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens a lot. It happens a lot, yeah.
That's why, if you remember, Alex Ferguson, I think it was Jose was like, whatever, I don't care about winning player or manager of the month because I win the title. That's more important. It's like the same guys that win it always lose, but I just remembered it now because I remember that.
Like, honestly, I could list how many times the Chelsea manager has been awarded. Maybe aside Tuchel, the next month is, in fact, it's the beginning of their firing.
You know what? For me, I just feel like football has changed so much now that it's like, how do you, Antonio and Bruno? Like, I'm still trying to, like, is that what football has just become? If you score a goal, you're the best player now. It's like football, goals is important in football. That's what wins you games. But you don't just score goals out of nothing. There is people that create that. To me, that's baffling. Like, Antonio has been on form, but he's not been the best player in the EPL.
I don't think
he's not.
No.
I'm doing
we could talk
That's a whole
day.
conversation.
Yeah, we could talk all day. That's right.
Like, share, subscribe. FootieFantasy is there. I didn't say that. I should have said that at the beginning. I didn't share that. Let me tell everybody. Oga Kwame, Josh Socials, Idris, Buchi, Ola, and all of you. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
It's fun, man.
Yeah, it's been
Ronaldo is here, man. We got Thanos.
From that